Good morning, Tigers, and welcome back to the world's greatest elementary school. This is a big week at Shadow Lake. We have a ton of amazing things going on this week and a lot to talk about this morning on Tiger TV. First of all, this Thursday, October 12th, is our Shadow Lake open house from 6 to 7:30. During the open house, you get to go to your classroom and see specialists, show off your work in your rooms, and to your family. Kindergarten, first grade, SAIL, and PE will be open from 6 to 6:30. Second grade, third grade, resource and music will be open from 6:30 to 7. And then fourth grade, fifth grade, art and the Wind Zone will be open from 7 to 7:30. We're going to have tables in the courtyard for different programs at Shadow Lake, and our PTA is going to have the book fair open from 5:30 to 8. It's so exciting.
That's right, Tigers. We are having our Fall Scholastic Book Fair this whole week. Each of your classes will have a scheduled time to go to the book fair during your Future Ready class time. You can talk to your family or caregivers about setting up an e-wallet for you to use. The book fair also accepts cash or checks. More information about the book fair and how to set up those things is available on the PTA website. You can also go to the book fair during recess time if you have a pass from your teacher and you brought money in to spend. And just like Mrs. Christensen said, the book fair will also be open this Thursday night from 5:30 until 8 p.m.
Yep, and we have some of those book vouchers that our amazing PTA is giving out, so we'll get those to classes so you can spend those. Tigers, when you are here for open house on Thursday, please go past the Lost and Found with your family to see if any items in there belong to you. It is only October 9th and our Lost and Found is overflowing with missing items. We want to encourage all of you to talk to your family about writing your name inside jackets and sweatshirts. That way if they get misplaced, they get back to you.
Oh yeah. Hey Tigers, last week as part of their salmon unit, all of our third graders came out to the field to do a salmon life cycle project. They had a lot of fun learning about the challenges that salmon face. Check out these pictures from their project.
Hey Tigers, last Friday we got to have that awesome assembly with A-Train from the Harlard Wizards. That was so much fun. We hope all of you that attended the game on Friday night had fun as well. Here are some very amazing pictures from last Friday.
Last week, we got to recognize all of our September Students of the Month for showing the trait of being a conscientious worker. We'll be posting their pictures on the Student of the Month display board in the hallway leading to the Commons. Here are our September Students of the Month.
Last Friday was Instructional Coach Day, and we have the world's greatest instructional coach here at Shadow Lake, Mrs. Gordelin. Instructional coaches work with all of our teachers and staff to help them provide amazing teaching to every one of our Tigers. We are so thankful for all that Mrs. Gordelin does to support our teachers and all of our Tigers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Gordelin. Tigers, next Tuesday, October 17th, is School Picture Day. Picture forms will be sent home this Thursday, October 12th. Each of your classes will be scheduled at time to have your individual pictures taken on Tuesday, October 17th. And then our class pictures will be scheduled later on this spring.
Yep. And Tigers, there is no school for students this Friday, October 13th. We have training meetings for all of our teachers. We're going to be focusing on math. We're very excited. Classes will resume on Monday, October 16th. Mr. Abby, what's on the lunch menu this week?
All right, Tigers, here is this week's lunch menu. Today, mozzarella breadsticks. Tomorrow, Tuesday, is chicken nuggets. Wednesday is chicken teriyaki. And then Thursday is cheeseburger and baked Cheetos. All right. And then on Friday, just like Mrs. Christian said, we don't have schools. Hey, Tigers, when you take your lunch boxes to the carts, we know that a lot of you have noticed that office there in the fish inside that window. Miss Katie's office window. Well, Miss Katie doesn't have a name for her fish, and she is asking all of our Tigers to help name her fish. So today and Wednesday, Miss Katie will have some small sheets of paper out there and pencils for you to give her suggestions of what to name her fish. Also, Tigers, as a reminder, we only have one day of Recess Club this week, and that's Tuesday. We'll have Lunch Bunch on Wednesday, but we will not have Recess Club this Thursday. Thursday Recess Club will resume next week.
Yep, when we're here for all 5 days. All right, Tigers, it's time to recognize more of our amazing Tigers who have been earning Tiger Paw tickets and were selected in this week's drawing. For kindergarten, we have Jonah in Mrs. Stamp's class, Emma in Mrs. Hurley's class, Maya in Mrs. Belmondo's class, and Penelope in Mrs. Kay's class. Nice job.
All right, way to go, kindergartners. Now moving on to our fantastic first graders. We have Emma in Miss DeGroot's room. Banner, congratulations, you were selected in Mrs. Hanson's classroom. Nicole, you're the winner in Mrs. Yassine's room. Alexandra, you were selected in Mrs. Unruh's class. And then Allie, congratulations, you were selected in Mrs. Nelson's classroom.
Awesome job, first graders. Moving on to second grade, we have Philip in Mrs. Kortenkamp's class, William in Miss LeClesh's class, Lily in Miss Shireman's room, and Cecilia in Mrs. Meek's class. Nice job, second graders.
All right, moving on to our third grade winners. Desi, congratulations, you're the winner in Mrs. Boyle's room. Julia, you were selected in Mr. McMaster's class. Tyler, you're the winner in Mrs. McAllen's room. And Hazel, you were selected in Mr. Schlog's room.
Nice job. On to fourth grade. Our winners are Mason in Mrs. Bradley's class, Blair in Mrs. Moffat's room, and Anna in Mrs. Isley's class.
All right, way to go, fourth graders. And last but certainly not least is our fifth grade winners. Oakland, you were selected in Mr. K's room. Jacob, you are the winner in Mr. Selsky, Mrs. Lish's class. And then Josiah, congratulations, you're the winner in Mrs. Heater's classroom.
All right, winners, when it is convenient for your teacher, they'll send you to the office to pick up your prize from the Tiger Paw Treasure Chest. All right, Mr. Abby, what's going on with story time today?
You know, we are full into fall, and Mrs. Smith is going to read something that goes along with fall. She is reading a story today called Autumn Leaves.
All right, Tigers, we hope you all have a great weekend. Remember,
it's a great day to be a Tiger.
Hey Tigers, welcome back to Storytime. I'm Mrs. Smith. I'm really excited to read another story. So this is an exciting week at Shadow Lake. It is our book fair week. So just a couple reminders. The library gets transformed into the book fair or like a bookstore. So we still want to follow the book fair etiquette where you can only come down with your class during future ready time or on a pass written by your teacher. And if you do come down on a pass, you have to have money to spend or an e-wallet. But the best time to come would be Thursday night during our open house and bring your parents, grandparents, and then you can stop by the book fair and do some shopping that way. That way you don't have to bring cash to school. All right, so it's an exciting week. Hold on to your library books. Remember, you get to keep them an extra week or keep them in your classroom. Don't turn them in next week or this week because I don't want them to get mixed in with all the other book fair books. All right, so have fun shopping this week, and I'm sure I'll see you at the book fair. All right, so today I'm going to read Autumn Leaves. I thought this was a great story for this time of year as we can start to see that our leaves are starting to change colors. They're starting to fall. And this is a nonfiction book. So see how it has the number on the spine? That tells us that is a nonfiction, which is true facts, right? So I thought it'd be kind of fun to learn a little bit about our autumn leaves. We have such a beautiful campus here with lots of different trees and leaves and things that we want to enjoy. So here we go. It says, autumn is a time to look closely at leaves. In spring and summer, the leaves on most trees are green, but in autumn, those green leaves turn different colors and fall to the ground. Some leaves just dry up and turn a dull brown, while others turn colors that are brilliant and bold, orange, yellow, red, purple, and gold, painting the landscape and changing the world. I love to see the autumn leaves. The leaves of most trees are flat and thin. Most are connected to the tree by a stem. So here's a birch. Here's a Norway maple. All leaves have veins. The veins of some leaves are quite easy to see. Some leaves are shiny, some are dull. Here's a sweet chestnut. This is a smoke tree, red oak, and honey locust. And it says some have shapes that are simple, some have shapes that are not. Sometimes lots of leaflets make up a leaf. So that's like this one, the honey locust. Some are big, some are small. So we have the magnolia and then the maple. Some are narrow and some are wide, like the pin cherry and the linden. Some leaves are not the same on their right and left side. Sassafras. Others have edges that are jagged, like the aspen, or edges that are smooth, like the sourwood. Leaves are different on each different tree. Look at them carefully and see what you see. Here's the birch. The bark of the gray birch is white and smooth and shines like silver when it catches the light. Birch leaves have jagged edges. Ginkgo trees grow in prehistoric times. Dinosaurs once ate their fan-shaped leaves. Here's the ginkgo. Those are so cool, those fans. The leaves of the linden tree are rather large and shaped like hearts. So these are linden. Several different shapes of leaves can grow on the branches of one sassafras tree. Some even look like mittens. So here's the sassafras. Look at that one. It does look like a mitten. The leaves of the sweet gum tree are almost always shaped like stars. There are compound leaves on the hickory tree. 5 leaflets or more make up the leaf. Look at this. So those all make up the entire leaf. So cool. The red oak trees have pointed leaves. Oak trees come in many different forms, but they all make acorns in the fall. The fern leaf beech has smooth gray bark. Its leaves when they're dry look like question marks. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Fern leaf beech. Cherries are the fruit of the cherry tree. Some are sour, some are sweet. Cherry tree leaves are shinier on one side than they are on other. The dogwood tree has beautiful flowers in the early spring. The pretty dogwood leaves are like ovals with points. The yellow poplar is also called the tulip tree. The leaves look like a little like a tulip flower. Maple trees often have the brightest and most colorful leaves of all the trees in the fall. Love seeing those. Green leaves make food out of something as slight as carbon dioxide and water and light. Green leaves make a kind of sugar to help trees grow. It's made from water and light and a part of the air called carbon dioxide. There's a proper word for this, photosynthesis. There are special scientific words for the chemicals that give leaves their color. It's chlorophyll that makes them green. The yellow is from xanthophyll. The orange is carotene. The reds and purples are anthocyanin. And brown is the result of something called tannin. When photosynthesis stops in fall, the green part of leaves dries up and dies. Then we start to see the amazing colors, the yellows and golds that were there all the time. And sometimes a bit of sugar gets left in the leaf. When it dies, that turns the leaf purple or red for a while. Sooner or later, all those colors fade to brown. Eventually, the base of the stem where the leaf is attached to the tree grows brittle. Then, when the wind blows even a little, the leaf breaks off and flutters through the air to the ground. And before you know it, all the leaves are down and the trees are bare. There we go. And that is our story about autumn leaves. All right, Tigers, I hope you enjoyed that story. I thought that was really interesting about all those different leaves. I love to see the leaves in the fall. Like I said, we have some beautiful trees around our school and area. Make sure you just enjoy them. Look at them. You don't need to pull things off of trees around here, right? We want to keep everything where it is. And then just watch it as it transforms the colors and it naturally falls from where it's at. All right. Remember, it's a great day to be a tiger. Enjoy the book fair this week.